Okay, so if you've gotten a final accounting or a waiver of final accounting in a Florida probate, means probate's almost done. It's almost over. The other side, if you're not, if these are not your attorney preparing these documents, they're trying to close everything out. And so one of the last steps, usually before any money can be distributed, sometimes before any real estate can be transferred or sold, you have to do what's called a final accounting. And so what that final accounting should include most of the time is going to be all of the expenses that the personal representative, which that's the person who's kind of in charge of administering the estate, you might call them an executor, but we want to see what if any out-of-pocket expenses are they claiming. So did they have to travel? Did they have to spend money getting documents notarized? What did they do? So that's going to be included. The attorney, they're most likely going to get paid something out of this if they haven't already. And so they're going to need to show what their fees are. That's going to be included. It's going to have the distribution, what the intended distribution is, who's going to get what, what's the proposal of who's going to get what of whatever assets there are. What money came into the estate, right? So were there stocks, investments that were collected? Were there money at other bank accounts? Basically, what this final accounting should show is an entire snapshot of everything that happened during the estate, during the probate, all the money that came in, all the money that came out, all the parties that were involved, who's going to get paid, and all of that. Now, what the personal representative, and we're just going to assume that they have an attorney, what they're going to need to show, or what they're going to have to do, their attorney is going to have to get permission from all of the potential beneficiaries, from all the people who have an interest in the estate. So this could be kids who are going to get something. This could even be creditors who are going to be entitled to getting something. And all of those parties are going to get copies of this final accounting. Now, if they serve you with that, usually you'll get it and you'll have 20 days to respond, to object, or to do something. So a lot of times what the attorney will try to do is they'll try to get everybody to just sign a waiver. And basically that eliminates that 20-day window. If you sign the waiver, that means you're okay with it, you're fine. And so now the attorney, he or she doesn't have to wait 20 days to get their final accounting approved. They'll show the judge, look, everybody signed waivers, and then they'll be able to go ahead and distribute the money and proceed with the probate, with finalizing everything. Now, if everything's fine, that's good. You might want to go ahead and sign that. But once you sign that, that's kind of like end all be all. It would be very hard for you to come after the fact and say, wait, I don't agree with that, because you're signing a waiver saying that you are okay with everything. So, I have clients who sometimes, or people who will call me and say, hey, listen, I just got served with this. Should I sign the waiver? And that really depends, right? You didn't get that waiver a week one into the probate. This is usually 7, 8, 9, or a year, or even later than that you got this document. So hopefully you've kind of been keeping up with the probate, or if you haven't, now's the time where you need to make sure that you're very familiar with everything that's going on before you just sign this. So again, that's kind of what the waiver is. You, like most legal documents, you only really want to sign it if you fully understand it. Maybe you have an attorney and he or she advises you to sign it or not to sign it. But that's what it is. It's basically you're giving up, you're consenting to what the other party, assumingly the personal representative, is trying to do. And once you sign that, that just gets them one step closer to being able to distribute all the assets and ultimately close out the probate.